The instant I crossed the threshold into that courthouse, my daughter Eleanor stifled a nervous chuckle. My son-in-law, Victor, merely shook his head as if I were some pitiful farce. Then the judge glanced up, his face drained of color. His gavel slid from his unsteady fingers as he murmured a single word, a word no one else in the chamber recognized. The blade. He was gazing straight at me. My family believed they were locking away a frail elder. They never suspected they had just waged war on a specter. It started, as these betrayals often do, with a slight I was expected to swallow. It was a Sunday supper. I sat at the distant end of a gleaming walnut dining table, so vast it might as well have been a runway. My daughter Eleanor and her husband, Victor Harlan, presided from their sprawling San Diego estate overlooking the Pacific. "The waterfall edge is essential, Vic," Eleanor declared, her tone edged like glass. "It must blend seamlessly into the ocean view." Victor, a man whose tailored jackets always strained at the seams, didn't lift his eyes from his screen. "Anything for you, darling. Once this Maui deal seals, you'll have a lagoon stocked with caviar." He was boasting, flaunting his triumph. "It's a locked-in 8-figure windfall." They spoke across me, debating landscape architects, Victor's 8-figure coup, and Eleanor's imminent fundraiser, as though I were an antique sideboard they'd inherited and couldn't place. I am Thomas Reed, 70 years old, and I had become transparent. Ever since Clara, my wife, died 8 years earlier, I had done what I believed was noble. I liquidated our sprawling Virginia manor, heavy with echoes, and purchased the cottage nestled on their expansive grounds. I yearned to stay near my sole child, Clara's only offspring. I imagined it honored her memory. My grandson, Ethan, then 17, was the lone soul who acknowledged me. He peered down the endless table. "Grandpa, my championship match is Friday. Facing La Jolla, you in?" Before I could reply, Victor interrupted, his dismissal smooth as oil. He didn't spare me a look. "Ethan, spare your grandfather. He requires his nap. He's elderly," Eleanor tittered. It was a breezy, melodic note, yet it sliced deeper than steel. "He's correct, sweetheart. Leave him alone. He's likely exhausted from the meal." They decided my stamina, my wishes, my very being without a flicker in my direction. I remained mute. I studied the cooling spear of broccoli on my plate, its pattern mocking me. They had rendered me a wraith in my own existence, and the tragedy was I had permitted it. I had confused quiet for tolerance. I now saw it was merely consent. 4 days later, a brisk rap struck my cottage door. It was Victor, a rarity. He shunned my modest dwelling as if it harbored contagion, likely for want of marble accents. He thrust a premium scotch into my grasp with a pitchman's grin. "For you, Tom, premium reserve." He knew I abstained. My cardiologist had insisted post-stent. This wasn't generosity, it was theater. Victor was forever closing. He peddled coastal visions. He peddled familial perfection. I'd known his breed lifelong. They don't enter spaces. They appraise them. He skipped pleasantries after a token nod to the breeze. "Tom, I'm on the cusp of a lifetime score. A boutique retreat in Maui. Nearly finalized, but a minor zoning hitch. Need a modest bridge to demonstrate solvency." He leaned in, his scent cloying. "You hold this cottage free and clear. It's idle. Leverage it for $400,000, that's all." Sensing my hush, he surged. 4 months, max. I'll repay $560,000. 40% yield, Tom. Unbeatable." I observed him. Not eager, frantic. A sheen glazed his brow. "Victor," I said, steady as stone. "I'm 70 beyond gambles. My funds secure my twilight and treatments. No." The shift was instant. The grin evaporated, unveiling icy disdain. "Incredible," he snarled. "After our hospitality, you squat here gratis." "I purchased this home, Victor," I cut in softly. "And you won't aid kin? You're a greedy relic." He claimed his domain. He ignored, or erased, that purchasing the cottage 8 years back included the 3-acre plot his villa occupied. His 99-year lease at a token $1 annually was mine. He resided on my soil. He was clueless. He hurled the scotch onto my side table, glass shuddering. "You'll rue this, codger. Rue your stinginess." He bolted, door slamming. The jolt rattled Clara's framed photo on my shelf. 6 nights on, I roused at 2 a.m. A vice gripped my chest, pressure radiating to my jaw. Not the crush of infarct, but the smothering clasp of angina. "Strain," my specialist had cautioned. "No heroics. Summon aid." "I dialed the manor first, Eleanor," she answered on the 5th ring, groggy, irritated. "Dead, what now?" "It's the dead of night. Sweetheart, I'm off. Chest pressure. Not critical, but drive me to urgent care. For caution," a sigh heavy with burden. Dad, really, my gala prep launches at dawn. Full board here. Can't. Dial 911 if dire. Don't dramatize. Click. She ended it. No query on severity. No fear check. She labeled me alarmist. The clamp tightened. Not cardiac, but visceral. I summoned a rideshare. In a Honda Civic's rear, I clutched my torso as an unknown ferried me to ER. Stress angina. Nitroglycerin 4-hour monitor. Released by 8 a.m., another ride home. Nearing the wrought iron gates, Eleanor's sapphire Tesla sat. Not at the villa, but curbside a La Jolla boutique, her gala summit. They didn't merely dismiss. They viewed me as extractable, expendable, ignorable. That instant transformation brewed. I just didn't foresee its velocity. Dawn next, cradling black coffee, watching mist lift from the bluffs. A curt knock pierced my haven. Not Victor's swagger. This was official. I opened to a uniformed courier, scanner and crisp envelope in hand. Thomas Reed, monotone. Certified delivery sign. I did. He vanished. The packet was weighty with purpose. My grip firm, I retrieved Clara's antique opener from my drawer, gifted 4 decades prior. I slid it. Words assaulted, clinical, lethal. A petition, San Diego Superior Court. Plaintiffs, Victor Harlan, Eleanor Harlan. Defendant, me. Emergency guardianship hearing. They alleged mental incapacity. I was unfit for fiscal or health autonomy. Senile, not mere slur. Not avarice, legal erasure. They sought to nullify me, puppet me, legitimize my erasure. Exhibit A, a 4-page psych eval by Dr. Marcus Klein. Severe dementia, paranoia, fiscal delusion, risk to self and estate. I stared at Marcus Klein. A hollow chuckle escaped. I'd never encountered a Marcus Klein. I didn't knock. I strode, petition clutched across manicured turf to the villa. Terrace doors yawned. Ice tinkled. Vapid jazz drifted. Poolside, as anticipated, Eleanor reclined on a teak chaise, shades perched, glossy mag on her midriff. Victor mixed a mimosa at the cabana bar, serene, predatory, awaiting collapse. I stepped onto the deck. Music halted. My silhouette crossed Eleanor. She bolted upright, shades slipping. Dad, you're intruding. Her gaze snagged on the papers. Victor pivoted, counterfeit beam. Tom, we were... It morphed to sneer, then veiled worry. I raised the envelope. Explain, Eleanor averted poolward. Victor postured, arms folded. Dad, syrupy pity. We hope to spare you this. Planned a pre-hearing chat. Explain. For your sake, Victor pressed. Post your episode, Eleanor and I saw you can't manage. Forgetting, disoriented. Indigestion, Victor. He dismissed. Your version. Pain, confusion. Next crisis? Need oversight, bills, care before harm. Gaslighting, wielding their neglect as proof. I faced Eleanor. This your desire? Declaring your father mad? She met my eyes, icy as the sea. Best for you, Dad, we care. Care, I echoed, ash-tongued. You've no grasp. Victor's facade cracked. He barked a brutal laugh. Court, geezer. Proves Dr. Klein's paranoia. He toasted mockingly. Secure a pro bono, can't swing real counsel. That severed it. The fragile elder they envisioned perished. Something primal stirred. I returned to the cottage. Lock clicked like a verdict. They saw a dozing cell. Never the concealed panel in my wardrobe biometric vault. Thumb to scanner. Green flash, bolt retracted. Inside my sanctuary. No furnishings, just archival shelves, triple displays, encrypted comms, chilled precision. Victor pegged me a retired bookkeeper from a middling Richmond firm. My pinnacle, pension, oblivious. 30 years back in D.C., I wasn't Tom. Moguls, senators, elites dubbed me the Blade. DOJ's premier forensic sleuth. I didn't trace funds. I eviscerated them, exposed fiscal cancers, phantom ledgers, sent 15 tycoons to penitentiaries via one audit. I interred the Blade when Clara's diagnosis hit. Swapped secure vaults for chemo wards. Became spouse, widower, estranged dad, unseen granddad. Let the Blade rust for family. Today, Victor and Eleanor resurrected him. I powered the array. Sidestepped civilian lines. Seized the hardened handset. Dialed an 11-digit relic etched eternal. 2 rings. Crisp voice. Lauren Brooks. Lauren, Tom Reed. Pause. Recognition. Awe. Mr. Reed, thought you'd vanished. Dad still reveres the Blade. San Diego, Lauren. Tomorrow. Elite excavators. Steel replaced shock. Name it. Guardianship filing. Senility claim. Sees all. A disbelieving snort. Senile. They're clueless who they caged. Indeed. First incision? Lauren materialized at 9 a.m. No ostentation. Charcoal suit, tight chignon, flint eyes, lone satchel. Pure efficacy. She surveyed my lair, nodded once. No clue. Confused elder, I slid the petition. Proof. Dr. Marcus Klein. She skimmed signature. Tablet out, queried vaulted records. 2 hours. 1. Thin smile. She departed. I mapped Harlan Ventures LP and nested shells. Skeleton forming. Lauren would flesh it. Secure buzz at 57 minutes. Tom, threads everywhere, to hit me. Klein's no shrink, no MD. Was a podiatrist. Pause. Podiatrist? License yanked 2018. Fraud, phantom procedures, opioid mill in a Chula Vista Plaza. Thousands scripted. Victor didn't bribe a pro. He owned a felon. Connection? Bail 5 years back. $80,000. Guarantor. Shell. Harlan Ventures LP. Slam. Owned 5 years. Contingency. Premeditated. Not impulse post-loan denial. Long game. Lauren neutralized Klein. My move. I haunted servers. Harlan Ventures. Delaware Vale. Nested in Maui Crest Holdings under Harlan Trust. Amateur hubris. Identical burner Gmail for filings, accounts. Ancient servers retain. DOJ backdoors yielded logs. Hit private lender data room. Not bank, predator equity group. Vultures for the desperate. Files screamed catastrophe. Why not snag 45 million hemorrhage? Falsified liquidity. Liens, default notices, please. Final 4 million capital call post my refusal. Cross-collateral, everything. He needed my $400,000 as lifeline. Denial-triggered plan. Not cottage, entire estate. Liquidate to survive cash source? Lawsuit costly. Klein demanded upfront. Flash, Sunday Eleanor's gala. Clara's death. Millions to Clara Reed Fund, cancer trials. Eleanor director. I founder, dormant oversight. Trusted. Dialed Boston trustee. Reed, founder override. Full 12-month Clara Fund ledger. Secure. 5. PDF in 3. Assets, $318,000 from $3 million. Drains, $120,000 to Harlan Ventures. Advisory, $65,000 to SD Elite Affairs, LLC. Victor's shell. Scans, Eleanor's script. Not manipulated. Partner. Seed for assault. Using Clara to bury me. Grief transmuted to ice. The blade operated. Lauren. Digging firm. Shift, offense. End them. What? Eleanor's signatures. Clara's fund-financed attack. Christ. Predator note. Apex Predators Capital. Liquidate imminent. Known. Founder David Lang. 30 years prior, securities fraud. I exonerated him. Saved empire. Owed me. Lauren sees writ. No judgment. Soon. Dialed Lang direct. Blade for Enright. Hold 3 seconds. Tom. Name it. Harlan default. Maui. Buy debt all. Blind trust wire now. Toxic. I'm creditor. Done. Hunt well. Debt mine. Lauren writ. $4 million default to me. Mansion, fleet, empire. Serving. Court, surprise. Hallway, Deptum 4C, Lauren, stoic, satchel. Ready? Charcoal, Savile Row. First in decade. Senate testimony fit. Shorn, shaven, armor. Ready. Courtroom. Stale. Fluorescent. Victor, Eleanor, giddy. Counsel, slick, smug. Saw me. Eleanor giggled, whispered. Victor smirked, pity. Seated. Bailiff. Rise. Judge Harold Vance entered, weary. Docket. Conservatorship. Thomas Reed. Glanced respondent, froze. Pen clattered. Ashen. Christ, it's him? Swivel. Recognized. Young AUSA, career-making fraud. I handed victory. Made him. Counsel, know your respondent? Reed, retiree. Know the blade, fortune. Counsel sweated. Witness Dr. Marcus Klein. Greasy, trembling. Evaluated. Cognitive collapse, paranoia finances. Avery. Mr. Klein. Podiatrist. License revoked fraud, pill mill. Retired. $20,000 Harlan Ventures pre-report. Projected transfer. Judge, custody, perjury. Cuffs, chaos. Victor testified, concern. Avery, $400,000 ask. Maui disaster, 4 million call. Source. Clara Fund, $185,000 embezzled. Eleanor signed. Eleanor screamed, you lied. Victor, his fault. Selfish. Silence, I rose. Not defense. Criminal complaint. Embezzlement fraud, Eleanor wailed. Victor, nothing. Guest house squatter. Avery slid foreclosure. Debt sold me. Default to me. All yours, mine. Eviction now. Victor, 10 years hard time. Eleanor, probation, restitution, $185,000. 1,500 hours dementia ward volunteer. 5 months. Estate auctioned. Proceeds. Clara Fund tripled Ethan Trust. Cottage Bear. Knock. Eleanor Gaunt volunteer scrubs. Why let it escalate? Could have warned. Learn nothing otherwise. Ledger's balance. Envelope. Studio bus pass. Clear. I am Thomas Reed, 70, retired thrice. Career invisibility. Now. Silence isn't frailty. Boundaries aren't cruelty. Respect earned. Books balanced. What would you do? Comment. Like, subscribe if respect demands earning.